Hello guys and welcome to my channel. Today I came across a video and I figured that it is worth sharing to all of us so that we get to actually see some other aspects of my reaction videos. So I've been reacting to comedy and also beautiful music videos. Today I'm reacting to something very unique. It is called Schoenstatt. And I know you're going to be confused. What is Schoenstatt? Where did this come from? And it's actually uh, something that has to do with religion. I know these days we don't talk so much about it, but it has to do with religion and every religion, but particularly the Christian religion and Catholicism as it is. Now, for most Catholics, you know that the mother of Jesus Christ is very important, and we talk about not just in the Catholic religion, in the Catholic denomination, in most other religions and most other denominations, they talk also about the Blessed Virgin Mary as it is. But there is a particular movement in the Catholic Church that has it. Of course, there are many movements that have the Virgin Mary as their proponent, but particularly this movement is called Schoenstatt. And in the category of movements, or as the origin goes back, Schoenstatt is said to be the first movement in the Catholic Church that was made, because while other movements began to come in, of course, after the Second Vatican Council, because in the First Vatican Council of the Church, you don't have so much of this, since the Church was just restricted to a particular group. But Schoenstatt, as it is, began in 1914, and since then, of course, it started with a group of teenage boys who were studying in a Catholic seminary at the time, began with also their movement, their director, their spiritual director, who was a priest, of course, died a priest, also German, started in Germany and a German with the Palatines, but went on much later to metamorphose into something very beautiful and big, that at the moment this movement as it is has so many branches. But before we even begin to explain in detail what I was able to discover, and I'm actually beginning to pick serious interest in this. Let us see what this video I got to see on YouTube talks about. So it talks about Germany. I think this is the point. Okay, this exactly the meaning of the words. This is Schoenstatt, beautiful place. This is nice. Where could this be? I think this should be in Germany. Maybe somewhere outside Germany.
The Schoenstatt movement began in Germany in 1914 because of one father and his immeasurable and unending devotion
The priest I was talking
to our
about.
one mother. A century later, this uniquely Catholic movement is worldwide, with international headquarters located near Milwaukee, Wisconsin, on over 200 acres. Appropriately, another
in the US.
place.
And interestingly also, this movement, although began, as it's already pointed, began in Germany, that has spread to almost every part of the world. Let's see more about this. We could talk about that much later.
Schoenstatt is a movement of moral and religious renewal in the Catholic Church. Its mission is to reconnect faith with daily life, especially through a deeper love of the Mother of God.
And so Schoenstatt mission is really to take the richness of our Catholic faith and make it part of our practical everyday lives. A lot of times we have great Catholics who go to Mass, but there's something that seems to be a little bit missing in the application, in the day-to-day. And through Schoenstatt, through the covenant of love, I'm not perfect, but I found many ways to help me to apply that faith and to remember that even the little things, especially the little things, are what help us get to heaven.
There's so many informations that are coming out of this. Yes, the video was actually supposed to explain to us what this movement is. But the information is so much. So I have seen Shasta, sister of Mary here. I have seen a couple of priests. I've heard Covenant of Love. What could all this mean? Well, I hope I get to see a couple of it before the end of the video. Otherwise, I'll have to make more research on that.
God wants to come into the world. And how does he come into the world? How did he decide to come into the world? He came through the Blessed Mother. He came through the womb of the Virgin Mary. And he wants to do the same today. But he needs instruments who can be other Marys to bring Christ into the world. So Schoenstatt, through making the covenant of love with the Blessed Mother, a simple consecration, we ask the Blessed Mother, please use me as your little instrument to help bring Christ back into our world, which is so much in need of God.
Ah, finally. I thought they were not going to explain this term, the covenant of love. That's because I was beginning to like, what could the covenant of love mean? What does it mean? Why does it apply? So it is, as it is said here, a consecration that makes us actually available for the Mother of God. I think this makes more sense to Catholics.
Schoenstatt's spiritual home is the shrine. There are nearly 200 shrines worldwide, and each one is a replica of the first shrine in Germany.
Yes, I also have to comment on this. This exact building I also got to know you could find at number 1 Ayo Oluwo Street, Ijokodo, Ibadan. In Nigeria, yes. And it's wonderful to see how there are replicas of this particular building as it is in Germany, as it is in the US. A lot of us, Florida, Minnesota, I think Milwaukee, you have these shrines there. It's just wonderful. Exactly the same thing, the same structure, the same paint. Maybe the only difference is that some people plant more flowers around theirs and some others don't. I was actually fascinated by the story of this movement, and I decided to share it to everybody. Let's see. Who knows, maybe 1 or 2 persons are interested and you can join.
Schoenstatt welcomes everyone, young and
Wow, it welcomes everyone. That's wonderful.
old, rich and poor, male and female, married and single. And the mission, reconnecting faith to our daily life,
is the essence. So the main mission of Schoenstatt is reconnecting faith to our daily life. Wow, it's wonderful. I'm actually going to pay more attention to some of these videos. Let me see where I go from here. Because come on, this Schoenstatt is it's one. The first thing is that the first time I saw this, I was struggling. Is this constant? But when I then got the 2 German words, and I was then able to, of course, we have Google Translate and Google other things. So Google was able rather to give me the proper pronunciation for the word. And I must say, it was wonderful to get to know that such things are actually existent, and these things are very important. Well, I'm going to make more research and see where we could go from here. I think this is entirely out of normally what I post, but this could be very important for each of us to see how we could make our lives better, and of course at the end see where we live from here. Alright guys, we have to see again when next I post. I promise, even if I'm not going to make a continuation of this particular video, I'm certainly going to react to something. Alright guys, have a beautiful day. Bye for now. Don't forget, like, subscribe and share to your friends. Have a wonderful day.